This front right here, I have a speed, aileron, elevated rudder set all to 50%. Here is the app, and it was really easy. I connected the Bluetooth module. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings, alishanmao here. Welcome to my favorite spot to test RC helicopters. And yes, today in this video we have the GooSky S2 Legend dual brushless motor direct drive RC helicopter. Now, of course, you have requested it, and I'm happy that finally the helicopter is here in my hands. So first off, I'm gonna give you a closer look at this RC helicopter, talk about what I see here. And after that, of course, batteries are fully charged and it's set up with my Futaba 14SJ. I will give it a flight right away and see how it goes. For the comparison of this with Hobby M2 RC helicopter, well, I don't think this is a competitor to M2. It's probably the competitor for the M2 Evo, which is coming out very soon and should be of the similar bigger size, because this is bigger. Anyway, in this video I will give you a quick comparison of all the helicopters, mini 3D RC helicopters, dual brushless motor direct drive that I have, so you can see all the size. Okay, now let's get to work. Now for the size comparison, as you can see, so far the GooSky S2 Legend is the biggest in the fleet right here. So we have S2, GooSky, M2, I believe M2 Evo, which is going to release soon, gonna be same size as GooSky S2. So that would be a competitor for this one, that's what I heard. But M2, the older one, M2 2020 and Explorer are of this size, so they are smaller than the S2. Then we have E150, which was supposed to be a competitor to M1 and T15. From Align, M1 from Hobby, but you can see it's slightly bigger than M1, while M1 is slightly bigger than T15. You have watched my review on that comparison and the flight as well. Okay, here we go. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's see how it goes. %60 head speed. Everything works in the right direction. Flies, mashallah, very, very stable. Is actually slightly bigger. So compared to like T15 and M1, it's more visible. So let me just check my pitches settings. Alright, this is good. Now, as I'm not following the suggested settings in the user manual, so it's gonna jump when I will switch to 3D. So I'm just gonna put it down and see how it goes. Yes, it jumps a little. Seems like okay pitches. So here comes the first inverted. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. 3D started. I'm running it slightly sluggish with its stock setup. As it came, I didn't change it, and as I can see, it actually suits my style. 80% head speed. Oh, 80% head speed is really fast. Feels good actually. So I'm just trying to say actually where I can see it properly. And you people can also see it. Don't come closer, please. Yeah. You don't want this angry bee to come closer to you. Tail hold is really nice actually. So all the gyro settings are actually running very nice, I would say. Yeah, I like it, man. I like this mild 3D settings on this one because it actually suits my style so much. I am not very fast like Jedi Master on sticks. So basically the settings that came from factory, with the settings that it came from factory are really very nicely set. And I'm loving it, man. Very nice performance. Performance is really super duper nice. Very stable and very steady moves when you fly these moves, 3D moves, just like I was practicing yesterday on a real flight simulator on a smaller helicopter. And to be honest, it actually feels exactly the same way and behaves, mashallah, very stable, the same way as I was feeling and practicing in the real flight simulator. So GooSky, man, you have a serious competitor here. Very nice helicopter and really high performance. I wish I had the skills. I will practice more and develop more skills to actually do more hardcore 3D with it, inshallah. Right, let's take a closer look at the RC helicopter. Once again, very nice and simple carbon fiber frame, metal parts right here, dual brushless motors, direct drive. The landing gear is nylon and one piece, so it shouldn't break very easily. The tail boom actually looks like aluminum this time. One piece aluminum tail boom, so it shouldn't be easy to break, but it might bend. After that, at the tail part, we have a very fragile type of carbon fiber here, but let's see how long it will hold. Tail motor seems slightly bigger compared to other helicopters that I have, and it has locking for the tail prop or tail rotor. So you just use one screw and lock it. Make sure that it locks and then put the screw in. You can easily pull out the tail boom using these screws. You just loosen it, and this piece with this kind of clamp right here will loosen it, and you can pull the tail out and replace. So replacement should be easier. Now coming for the motor, looks nice and big motor. I'm not sure what is the kV on this. It doesn't say anything, so we'll go and check out on the specs. Servos are nice and soft, digital servos. I'll show you insides as well. Look at the canopy. I like it because now you don't have to remove the whole canopy. This front right here, like a chicken mouth, chicken beak, it opens and you can slide the battery in and out. So it's very, very easy to replace the battery or, put the battery in. But it does, have some misalignment here. And one of the screws is kind of came out on me and never went back in right here. So anyway, now the thing is that it's a good design. I like it that for replacing the battery, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to take off the whole, canopy and just open the beak right here, put the battery in or replace the batteries. But the thing is, when you want to bind this flight controller to your radio control, you have to open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws and remove the main rotors as well if you want to completely take it off. Otherwise, you just have to loosen it and move it around, and then you can expose the flight controller. When it comes to the metal rotor head on the S2 Legend, you will see that this is a flybarless metal rotor head with all the metal parts. While other helicopters in the direct drive series like M1, M2, if you look at the main rotor heads, you will see it's also flybarless, but these are called DFC heads because they are much more simplified. There aren't any additional parts, as you can see here. This is the Eachine E150 if you look at the main rotor head right here. So the swash plate is directly connected to main rotor holders in these helicopters, but here you will see additional parts which we call them washout base, so that they are like swash plate drivers. They are connected, these washout bases. There's a washout base connected to swash plate, and then swash plate is connected to main rotor holders. So GooSky is still using the flybarless metal rotor head with washout base, which has additional parts for you to, balance and or replace if you break them. While we come to the DFC heads, like on this M1, M2, and Eachine helicopters, they are much more simple and very few parts right there. So I don't know why S2, GooSky went with the flybarless head. Why not, DFC head? So it's their choice. Anyway, we have a flybarless main rotor head here. In order to get access to the flight control system, which is, they are saying GTS flight control system for GooSky, you have to take off 6 screws, 4 Phillips type and 2 hex head, and then you can take off this canopy, but you cannot take it off completely unless you remove the blades or remove the blade holder and try to take it out. Anyway, I just flip it there, and now looking at the flight control system, we have bind button, we have S1 button here, we have a UART on top, and S-Bus and DSMX ports where you can plug in your receivers. Now it says bind button, that means it has a built-in receiver, and that should be SFHSS. So after that, you can see there are LED lights, servo, pitch, speed, agility, and gyro, I believe. Yes, gyro. And up there is a set button, so that means you will press it to set, step by step all these things. Then we have rudder, aileron, and elevator, and then we have LED light right here. Now, in order to set it, I believe you just better use this Bluetooth module provided that you can plug in UART, and then use an app and tweak all the settings of and parameters of your flight control system, which will be easier rather than doing it through the setup. Also, let's take a look at the servo setting. It seems like almost identical to what I saw previously in FW200 helicopter. These are a DS15 digital metal gear servos. The connecting rods going to swash plate from servo arms are not adjustable. They are straight, I believe, plastic, and not sure in case of a crash if they will break or they will damage servos or not. I'm not sure about that. We'll find that out once we crash it. We have metal part right above the motor, which is also housing more parts that are holding the servos with the screws, and then shaft going all the way up to main rotor head. Okay, and some cosmetics metal parts here as well. Also, I'm happy to see that the place where the screws go for the canopy is also metal. They are not going into plastic, which is a very, very good thing, except that on the front right here the screws do go in the plastic. Here is the app, and it was really easy. I connected the Bluetooth module right there in the UART port, and after that downloaded the app from their website. I'll leave the link so that you can actually go there and download the app easily. Do remember one thing: unlike Align T15 helicopter, this does not turn off everything. Okay, so this is the biggest mistake GooSky has ever made. I would say they should learn from Align, because once you run Align app, the helicopter simply disarms the motors, both main motor and the tail motor. But here, in case of GooSky, you can see, if you want to do setup, you want to check the pitches, motor just starts. So you have to remove the propellers, main blades and the tail rotor, or you have to do more labor by removing the top of this GTS controller, flight controller top, and remove the screws, remembering which cable goes where for the tail motor, and similarly for the main rotor. So this is something which is kind of very labor, really headache. So they should, GooSky, I would suggest, make it some updates. Please release some updates using the firmware on your flight control system, because it's firmware upgradable, right? So once we connect our phone app Bluetooth, the motors should disarm. Okay, so we can do the setup easily and test it. Anyway, so when you go to Bluetooth, you will see a couple of things in the list. So you have to just go to GooSky Android, okay, and after that you go to parameter tuning. All right, so you have a speed, aileron, elevator, rudder set all to 50%, agility set to 50%, gyro set to 50%. I'm not gonna change that. It is what came with the helicopter already. Okay, already set. Now when you come to the mechanical settings, channel 1 43, channel 2 31, channel 3 4, channel 4 0, and main blade pitch 50 and 51. On the negative, positive is 50. So these settings, they come as it is with the helicopter, and I'm not gonna touch them, I'm not gonna change them unless I need them. Okay, so this was the app. So you see, if you want to set up your helicopter with your radio controller, you have to open the top canopy once and install. I would suggest install the Bluetooth module, so later you don't have to do it, because you can easily change all the settings and tweak the settings of the helicopter using the app. Yes, I have shown you it has an app which is running on my Android phone, and my phone is right here with me every time, every day, and I can easily change the settings should I need. Setting the helicopter up with Futaba 14 SG radio controller was super easy. In a later video, I'm going to show you how to set it up with Futaba 14 SG or Futaba radios, or a Radio Master TX16S. Of course, we'll set it up with Radio Master TX16S because it is running a built-in receiver with SFHSS protocol. which makes it a very friendly helicopter to Futaba and, you know, Radio Master TX16S, T-Lights, jumpers, and other OpenTX 4-in-1, you know, all protocol radios. Alright people, you have just watched. It flew very well, and I'm very happy that the stock settings that it came with actually fit my flying style, my 3D style as well. So I didn't have to tweak a whole lot, honestly, and that's what I actually like about S2 helicopter right here. It was super easy to bind with Futaba, and whatever settings I had, I didn't change them, and it actually works superb. The settings that came from factory, I didn't touch them, as I've shown you in the video. I didn't touch those settings. It is still running those, and if needed, I want to make it more agile or more docile, I can easily do it using the app, which is a big plus right here. So thank you very much once again for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos coming your way soon, especially the GooSky S2 comparison, with M2 Evo, and more flights of GooSky helicopters.
Come on, you know what to do. Hit that like button. It's right there. I know you can do it. Oh, while you're at it, also hit the subscribe button. Right there. Come on, don't be shy. Just hit it. Thank you very much for all your support towards my work, that I post regular and fresh content on my channel just for you. Hit that like button right there.